So first off, two first-round picks. How do you feel about the guys you have so far?
Well, they're pretty solid. I think we really accomplished the two goals that we wanted to, which was pick somebody who can help us score up front. Obviously, I already got Cabot up there. He was one of the big scorers last season, so it was really nice to add another piece to that in Ryan time to go up there and score some goals with him and help out on offense. And Chicago is one of the best defensive stories in the second half of the season. Obviously, he can play a bit of forward too, so it's really nice to have the ability to move some of these guys around and help on the offensive side, which was something that the North has had a lot of problems with last.
And do you find that versatility really helps you as an owner and coach, like just really putting these things together?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely something that, you know, if something happens and you need a guy in a crunch to move the position somewhere else, somebody can't show, it's really important to have some guys who can play multiple positions there. So,
of course.
As much as, getting good stats from people, having the versatility is great.
Absolutely. There's a lot of intangibles. And one of the things that's been kind of mentioned in the draft, too, is the communication skills and having really good core leaders and guys who are invested in the league. Do you find that you have a guy on your team, like your captain, who you can really rely on, that really pulls everyone together in the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, one of the big things that we had going last year was really good. Everybody was talking, everybody was having fun, even though we didn't win a whole lot of games. It was very fun. So I want to keep that kind of attitude going, and I think Chicago being our first pick of those two really does that. He was a guy that was super vocal. I played with him a lot online. Just love his attitude, and he helps out all over the place. So.
Of course, lots of good stuff. Any goals for this season? I mean, last season obviously didn't end up in the rankings where you would like to. Goals for this season? Anything you want to see your guys improve on?
I want to see a balanced approach. That's probably the biggest thing. We got to put in goals when our goalie's letting in. We got to pick up for our goalie. Vice versa, we got to have the defense play well if the offense is struggling. So just having a balance set up every night is really important. Get everybody working together, some good team chemistry. Those are the things that in the last few minutes of the game, you need that goal to tie something up. You need to know where your guys are going to be. So
absolutely,
team chemistry is going to be super important. Communication is going to be super important. That's just some stuff that I want to see. Some creative ideas on plays. I know Cab's talked about it up front with us. So those are the few things we're looking at this season.
Perfect. And one last question, just before I let you go here. In regards to the back half of this draft, the second end, is there anything you're looking for in particular with your next picks? Any particular standout players necessarily that you feel haven't gone off the board yet, or any specific skill sets even that you're looking for?
Well, I think the big thing is going to be skill sets, and again, that kind of goes back to my whole play on versatility. Obviously, with the 4-game rule coming in this year, I got to have some guys that can take over for some of my earlier picks who want to play 4 games a week. So, a backup goalie is going to have to come at some point, so we got to look into that a little bit. I do have a few ideas there. Obviously, some guys that can play both forward and defense are going to be pretty important, just so that I can flip-flop lineup sometimes, see what works best together. We're going to have more than one lineup during the season, obviously. So
depth and versatility, yeah.
Versatility is probably the biggest thing in our life.
Perfect. All right, well, thank you for your time, TNT. Hope you all the best in the back half of this draft.